Good evening. This is my second trash to treasure haul, and I will be sharing with you a few items I got at what a friend of mine calls the Dump Boutique. We could also go really fancy and call it La Boutique du Garbage. So I'll share with you what I got. I did not pick everything up today. Some items date from maybe a couple of weeks back. And there is more also. But let's just go through this. So first we have an Adidas backpack. This was pretty dirty when I picked it up, and I soaked it in a really good strong OxyClean solution for almost a week actually, and then I threw it in the washing machine and it came out beautifully, as you can see. Really clean. The only thing that didn't come out, there are some ink marks inside, but they're really all the way at the bottom. I don't think it will make a big difference. I should be able to list this for about $16 plus shipping probably. And I want to say I have not researched all the items yet. Some I have cleaned, some are not yet cleaned. But we'll see, we'll get through this. So the next thing, this is something I picked out today, is a set of VHS tapes called Legendary Resorts of the World. This was an A&E home video series, and it describes lots of world-class hotels. Dates back, I think, probably into the 90s, I would say. I'm going to watch these myself first because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There is one listed on eBay at the moment, but I think the price is too low. It only has one picture, and I intend to make my listing a little bit more detailed so that people know what they get. The next item is something that I have never heard of before. It's called a Space and Sea projector. And I looked it up briefly, and apparently this is something that comes from the Smithsonian, probably from the shop, I would imagine. And it's a projector thing which comes with several screens. I only have one. And it also comes with these little discs. And it looks like there are some sea creatures on this particular one. I haven't tried it out yet. It does fire up, but I want to, make sure that I understand how it works. In this condition, with only one screen and one disc, it probably isn't worth much more than maybe something around $12 plus shipping. If they are new or you get a new one open box, pre-owned, they go anywhere from $25 to $45 apparently. The next few items, I will get back to the bathrobe, are some mugs. I find mugs regularly. This is a mug by a company called Teresa. I don't know whether this focuses properly. Teresa, I have not looked this up yet, but it's a rather cute graphics, cooks, kind of French style or Italian style with the red and black, with the black and white checker, and the chef's hats. They all look pretty happy and pretty well fed. So I will have to look this up. This is a mug made in China. This looks rather like almost reminds me of a Currier and Ives print, but it's not signed. Christmas greetings. It's rather cute actually. I like it. And it says, let's see whether we can focus on this one. There we go. So it's Lorraine's Classic. I've looked this up. I haven't found anything. Maybe I'll look on WorthPoint and see whether I can find anything there. but I will try and sell this, and you know, if I don't find anything, I'll probably put something like 10 or 11 dollars plus shipping on it. And then we have a mug here. Now this is an interesting one, and I left this behind in one of my previous hauls, and then today I decided to take it. This is a mug with a flag of Uganda, and it was made in Kenya. You can see this is a gift shop in Nairobi. And there are not that many listed on eBay. They're mostly new, so I will probably also list this for about 10 or 11 dollars plus shipping. Next item is a couple of these wooden candle wall sconces. Pretty nicely made, actually. And when I find these wooden items, very often they're very beat up, but this actually looks pretty nice. I will polish these a little bit. I have to do some research and see whether they're worth selling, but I would imagine that, you know, it is possible. They're easy to ship because they don't break, so we'll see what they bring. Let's go over here. The next item I picked up today, and I've already cleaned a little bit, is this little trinket box, wooden trinket box with a resin lid. And that's a real flower in there, but it's not a real ladybug. That's, you know, something like a cutout. But this looks very 1970s to me, when this was popular. So I'll find out whether this is worth anything or not. If not, I'll probably list it for about $8 plus shipping. And this little dish is, I'm pretty sure it's from Africa. It's one of those soapstone dishes. You can see, and this will stay with me because I am a crazy cat lady. Next items are a bunch of photographs signed. So this is a, you know, like a pumpkin theme, harvest, very New England. So this was done by a photographer called Kevin White in Maine. And he doesn't have an email address on here, so I don't know how old these are. Number 129. Here's another scene. Again, very New England, the farmhouse. Very pretty. Number 10. So obviously somebody was up in Maine on vacation, probably bought these photographs with the intent to frame them, and never did, because they're still in their cellophane package. And this is a beach scene, again by the same photographer. I'll probably lot these up and sell them as is, without framing them, and see whether there's some interest in them. Next item, I found this today. So this is a music cassette, The Sound and the Spirit sampler, a history of music at the Olympic Games, and it was published for the Atlanta 1996 Games. I have not looked this up yet. We'll see whether this is worth anything. If not, I'm going to listen to it. It should be interesting. Our next item is a note block, and I would say this is definitely vintage. It's about half letter size. It says Kim's only. I'm not going to sell this. I actually have a very good friend who's called Kim. She lives in the UK. She's American, lives in the UK, which is where I met her originally. And I will send this to her for a belated birthday present, because she just had a birthday in July. Couple of books I want to share. One is this one here, The Occasional Cookie. I don't know what that means. Is it a cookie for every occasion, or I only make cookies occasionally? Who knows? But it's by Bobby Cobb. And what is interesting is on the inside, it says here, book design and illustrations by Carol Pendleton Robinson, and I have looked up both the book, the author, and also the illustrator. Haven't found the book, haven't found the author, but I have found Carol Pendleton. It's an unusual name, and she has been involved or written a couple other books, and one of them a cookbook. So I need to see what I may list this for. I love the graphics in this. I think they're beautifully done. This is one for coriander shortbread, orange trishes. So maybe this is an orange flower, orange blossom. So we have, see, this is a recipe for orange nutmeg cookies. Oh, and here we have my little supervisor, my cat Spice. Very timely because we're looking at spice cookies. Mexican coffee brownies. Well, you see, these are really nicely done. This is a cookbook from, I think it was 1981. Let's have a look. Yes, 1981. The next book is an American girl's doll book called Josephina's Surprise, A Christmas Story. These usually don't go for all that much, but if I can get a few dollars out of it, that's fine, because it's medium mail, probably only costs a couple of dollars to ship, if that, and I will probably list it. Or if it's not worth listing, I may throw this in, when I have something selling to, a girl, a doll, or something, and just throw this in as a freebie. The next item is a Trivial Pursuit game for kids. You can see this is all about Nickelodeon figures. We have SpongeBob and a bunch of other Nickelodeon characters. And oftentimes when I pick up games or also puzzles at this place, they're not complete. Half the time they're not worth listing, so I just take them back where they came from. But this particular game is actually complete. It is clean. There was one card that had a small spot on it, which I will disclose. 2 packs of cards. One was still in its wrapping, in the clean, in the clear cellophane wrapping. So this is almost as new, and I will probably list this for about $15 plus shipping. Next item, I will not unfold this, but this was in one of the baskets that I used to transport some of these items, and it is a fabric handkerchief, which was made for Lucille. I think this may be machine done embroidery, but it is embroidery, and then we have some sort of transfer wear printed roses on it. Quite cute. I often find seasonal articles, seasonal items at this place, and I will share a couple of Christmas items that I found. This is one of these cross-stitch on plastic items, and this is a little Halloween brooch, which I think is very cute, and I might just throw this in once I start listing Halloween items for this season. This will probably go as a little thank you thing, as a freebie, into one of my packages. This one is an Avon brooch from 1988. I don't think it was ever worn. I think it just stayed in this package. Let me see if I can take this out. So it is a sequin bow tie. I don't think it ever came off its card. If you look at it, you can see it's rather large. Looks nice. I haven't looked it up yet. But Avon, some pieces can be worth some money. Others will go for pennies. I'll find out. And there was some more jewelry, which is rather unusual. So let's go through this little box. This is a piece of art glass, a pendant. You can buy these as at Michael's or Joann's shops in the bead section. There was a cord that ran through it, which I discarded. But this is rather pretty, and it's colors, and I may actually keep this. Then we have a faux pearl vintage bracelet. This is not in very good shape, so this will probably go into a craft lot. This is a necklace with some silver tone beads. And these are probably really just silver tone. I have to test them and see whether they might be sterling silver, but I doubt it very much. Maybe plated. Nothing very exciting. So this will also probably go into a craft lot. Next item is a gold tone chain. And it's a rather nice chain. Pretty solid. In good condition. It has a pendant on it which says F with the initial F. I may take this off and use the chain with another pendant because it's in such nice condition. It is not marked and it is magnetic, which means it's not silver or gold. Next item is, I believe, a vintage it's a vintage necklace, judging from the clasp. And it's rather nice. It's a rhinestone necklace, as you can see here. And you can see that these are baguette rhinestones, which are usually more desirable. And then we have the clasp here with faux marcasite. And you can see it's not marked. But it's in very, very nice condition. It has an unusual shape. I haven't seen any marks or signature on this, so I will see whether I find something similar and list it on eBay. And then we have, actually, this is the best piece of them all. This is a silver chain, as you can see, with these flattened chain links. And I'll see whether we can, yeah, you can probably just about see this. This says Italy, it's upside down. Here you can see it also, Italy. And I think I saw a sterling silver mark on this. Let's have a look. There you go. So it's a 925 sterling silver chain. It has a good length. So I'm pretty happy about this. Nice little find for free. Okay, let's move on to this item. Let's just get some stuff out of the way. So this one is a, as you can see, it says ultralight microfiber bathrobe by Traveler's Tree. I went online to research this. I picked this up a few weeks ago actually, and I'm just getting ready to photograph it and list it. It's already inventoried. And I found out that Traveler's Tree is the brand from the a company called Cocoon in Austria. They make very high-end travel gear, sleeping bags, and travel, clothing and tents also, I believe. So this is brand new. I don't think it was ever opened or used. It comes in its mesh bag, as you can see. And this is a pretty rare size because I can only find, a couple of them listed on some websites in Austria and also one here in the US. And the largest size I found is an XL. So I'm excited about that. I will probably list this for about $60 plus shipping. So here comes the first Christmas item. And it's a Furby. He's not in very good shape. He actually looks a little cleaner here on the video than he really is. There's some fuzz, as you can see, some schmutz. I have to clean him. I have not tried him out yet. I haven't done any research, but he has the sleepy eyes, and we'll find out about him. And if it's worth it, he'll get listed. So then I want to show you what's in this basket. Now these are items that I picked up a little, well, a few weeks apart actually, but I'm wondering whether they were all from the same household, at least some of these items. So we have here, these are candle holders, and you can see there's some candles in it still, and they've melted a little bit. And it says here, I'm not sure that you can see this very well, but it's Treasured Editions, Jeanette, Pennsylvania. So I think this must be Jeanette glass. Not entirely sure, because there's also a label at the bottom which says Metal Glow Gallo Metal Products Inc. in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, made in the USA. So this could just be for the stand, and then the glass is a Jeanette glass thing. And this is an item that was actually given for, I don't know whether you can see this, for 40th anniversary. And we don't just have one, we have two. And then we also have, and I found these last week, we have a couple of glasses in the same cranberry red, and I'll have to find out who made these. I'm in a Facebook group for glass, and I bet that they will be able to help me with that. I haven't found any markings on this yet. And again, we have two of those. Two. And we have a bonbon dish with a lid. Same thing. 40th anniversary. It's in nice condition, no chips. So I will probably lot these up, group them up, and sell them as a set. So next we have this cutesy little trinket box with an angel on top. I think this must have been like a cheap either Dollar Tree or maybe Christmas shop item. Look, it's a cute little box. So this way it may be thrown in as a freebie at some point. Then we have this little thing. And again, this was made in China, so this is probably a cheap item. But it's cute. We have a little teddy bear sleeping here by the chimney with his stocking, so he's waiting for Santa Claus, Father Christmas, and it's made for a tea light. So this should be really cute, because the tea light, of course, is going to be behind the logs here, and should look good. The next item we have is an Etienne Eigner little pouch, and it actually has a set of containers for lenses in it, like plies. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Word escapes me. So that's that one. We have another Christmas item. So this is a little vintage little angel with his little halo, a little askew. Looks like maybe he drank too much Christmas punch, who knows. It's a December angel. He has this little stocking there. And he seems to be in pretty good condition. There are remnants of a label, so I have to do some research. Let me see whether it will focus. No, it doesn't. There we go. So you can see remnants of a label, and also the schmutz here on his forehead is remnants of a label, which I will go and try and take off really, really carefully. But he almost looks like a Cupid doll, doesn't he? So we'll find out, little angel, where you come from. Here's another interesting item. I just threw this in there because I needed to get it out of the way. A fishing reel. Have not done any research on this, but I know some can go for good money. So we'll see whether this is actually functioning and find out how much it would go for. And then we have a couple more angels here, or figurines. I will show them in the paper because these are really fragile. You can see this one here. And this is upside down, I apologize. And this one. They are both marked with some numbers, and I will try and find out what they are because they have no other labels. The problem is, as you can see probably here, on these little flowers, so what's very typical is these are applied flowers, and invariably they get chipped. So they may have been chipped when they were dumped at the boutique du garbage, or they may already have been chipped earlier and years ago. So as I say, I don't know what they would go for. I have to do some research and then find out whether it's even worth listing them. Also included was this cute little thing. Little glass angel, all things are possible if you believe. So this is a Bible verse. Let's have a look and see. Again, I have not researched this. So this was made in China, Midwood brands. Who knows, this could be a Dollar Tree item. Something rather nicer is this frame. This is definitely older. I don't know, maybe 20s, 30s, judging from the backing. These nice elaborate clasps you can see here. This is velvet, like a velour type thing, and then with this frame embedded in it. I've cleaned it up lightly. I will probably put a picture in it, just so that it looks a little nicer, and then see what I can sell it for. And finally, I am going to show you some textile items. So normally, I don't find textiles, fabrics. They're certainly not clothing because it's frowned upon. But ever so often, there is something there. I once picked up a whole large bag full of vintage fabric that fills an entire tote. There's some really nice fabrics in there, so we'll see. I also picked up curtains, bed linen in good shape, and I will show some of this in a later video. So let's start with these two things. These are, of course, golf course head, kind of covers. And this is a fuzzy Big Bertha Callaway cover, and this is a patriotic one. I have a couple more of these Callaway Big Bertha covers, so I will probably lot these up and sell them as a lot. This is a lot of kids' clothing, which is all I took from that particular pile. And I washed it all. It's, several different sizes. These are size 24, really, really cute. Carter's, this is a size 18 months. Here's another 24 months monster snooze, really cute. This is a Oshkosh Denim Co. size 18. Here we have a Disney 15.6. I'm not even sure what that means because I don't have kids. And here we have a Ralph Lauren, a little 3 months. A Carter's. This is an ordinary one, 18 months. This says Daddy's number 1. This is a 12 months. And here's a very, very cute little pair of denims. And these were, I saw the brand somewhere, but now I don't see it. I'm not entirely sure, actually, whether this was a Tommy Hilfiger. It was a well-known brand, or maybe it was just a Walmart brand. But anyway, so I will probably lot these up and sell them as a lot, unless there's something in there that's really worth something. And then, last but not least, this is a Star Wars blanket. You can see there, may the force be with you. It's already washed. It's in pretty good shape, and I may be able to sell this for about $10 plus shipping. So, this is some of the haul items. I will share more in a future video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and maybe you want to subscribe to my channel and watch out for more videos. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good night.